Alright, listen up, because what I'm about to spill is straight fire, and it's shaking the hip-hop world to its core. The FBI wiretap leak just dropped, and it reveals Young Thug's final words before his jaw-dropping arrest. Fans are stunned, emotions are running wild. And the whole community is left wondering what really went down behind closed doors. This isn't your typical run-of-the-mill rap news story. Nah, this is the kind of drama that hits deep. With secrets, betrayals, and explosive conversations caught live on tape that nobody expected. Imagine the tension Young Thug. Known for his fearless persona, caught in a heated phone call where voices cracked. Loyalties were questioned, and threats were thrown like daggers. The stakes, higher than ever. The FBI was listening in as Thug expressed raw frustration, pain, and a chilling hint of something bigger brewing beneath the surface. The family. Left divided and torn apart, with some standing by his side, while others looked ready to walk away forever. Friends are speaking out. Fans are flooding social media with shock and disbelief. And rumors are swirling like a storm ready to explode. This story isn't just about an arrest. It's about a kingpin's last stand before the fall, and the fallout is already shaking the streets. From intense arguments to cryptic last-minute plans, we've got it all. And trust me, you don't want to miss a single word. So stick around, because what you're about to hear will change everything you thought you knew about Young Thug's final hours into chaos that followed. The night was heavy with tension, thicker than the Atlanta humidity that always seemed to cling to every corner of Young Thug's neighborhood. The FBI wiretap recordings, leaked by an anonymous source deep inside the investigation, revealed a side of the rapper no one had heard before. Man battling paranoia, betrayal, and a mounting sense of doom. The voice on the other end of the line was unmistakable. Thug's tone was raw, vulnerable, but fierce. Like a king trying to hold on to his crown while the ground crumbled beneath him. "They're coming for me," Thug said quietly, his voice cracked but resolute. "This ain't just a raid, it's a war." Those were his final words before the sound of sirens pierced the night, signaling the end of his freedom. But what happened in those minutes leading up to the arrest was a tangled web of secrets, heated exchanges, and family drama that nobody saw coming. The wiretap caught Thug on the phone with someone close. A trusted confidant, so he thought. The conversation was a volatile mix of fear and fury. "How the hell did they get this far?" Thug demanded, his voice rising. "We had eyes everywhere. I thought we were solid." The reply was tense, almost shaking with guilt. "There's been a leak, Thug. Someone inside, playing both sides." The weight of those words hit like a punch, and you could hear Thug's breath hitch. "You're saying it's one of us?" "Yeah, and it's worse than we thought." The FBI's been inside the circle for months. They got tapes, texts, everything. Fans of Thug had always seen him as untouchable, a fearless artist who ran the streets like a boss. But behind the scenes, the pressure was crushing. The wiretap revealed moments of doubt, rarely shown publicly. Thug was questioning his closest allies, his own family, wondering who was loyal and who had turned. "If one of us is a rat," he said, "then everything we built is gone. I can't trust anybody right now." The conversation shifted to strategy, but the tension never eased. Thug was desperate to keep control, throwing out plans for moves, coded messages, and safe houses. But his words betrayed the cracks forming in his empire. "We gotta hit back first," he said, "before they finish us off." The idea of a counterattack revealed a man who refused to go down quietly, even as the walls closed in. Meanwhile, the FBI was already moving, closing in faster than Thug could react. The wiretap captured the agents' silent success as they monitored every word, every plan, turning Thug's own voice into evidence. It was a high-stakes chess game, and Thug was slowly being cornered. The leak not only exposed Thug's final words, but sparked an explosion of reactions across his circle. Family members, once united, began taking sides. Some stood by Thug, fiercely loyal despite the storm, while others distanced themselves, scared or angry at the possibility of betrayal from within. Heated arguments erupted over phone calls and private meetings, some of which the FBI also recorded. How can we trust anyone anymore? Thug's brother asked in one intercepted call, frustration clear in his voice. We're all just waiting to get stabbed in the back. Thug's response was cold, hardened by betrayal. We survive or we die. That's the truth. Friends and fans were caught in the middle, with social media exploding in real time. Hashtags like #FreeYoungThug trended, but so did #SnitchGate, as rumors swirled about who might have flipped. Fans were shocked to learn about the internal chaos, many feeling betrayed themselves by the revelation that Thug's empire was crumbling from within. As the night stretched on, the Wiretap revealed even darker moments: phone calls where Thug's voice cracked with desperation, trying to reach out to old allies who had vanished. I need backup, he pleaded in one clip. They got me surrounded, but the silence that followed was deafening. The family was left divided, torn between loyalty and fear. Some tried to negotiate with the FBI, hoping for leniency or a deal. Others prepared for the worst, gathering what they could and making plans to protect what remained of their legacy. In one tense call, as the news of young Thug's arrest spread like wildfire, the streets of Atlanta were in uproar. The Wiretap recordings had become a viral sensation, revealing not only Thug's final moments of defiance, but also exposing the fractures in his inner circle. Family members who once appeared united were now caught in a fierce battle of accusations and suspicions. Whispers of betrayal grew louder, and some voices even hinted at long-hidden grudges finally coming to the surface. One intercepted phone call revealed an intense argument between Thug's longtime manager and a close family member. The manager's voice was sharp and bitter. You sold him out. You made a deal behind Thug's back, didn't you? He accused, his tone laced with anger and disbelief. The family member's reply was cold and defensive. Don't pin this on me. You think I want Thug locked up? I've been trying to protect him. But you? Maybe you're the problem. This revelation sent shockwaves through Thug's camp. Friends who had once stood by him were now questioning loyalties, and some even distanced themselves to avoid being caught in the crossfire. Thug's younger cousin, who had been rumored to be close to the FBI, became a focal point of suspicion. Friends whispered that he had flipped to save himself, but nothing was confirmed, only that trust had shattered. While the drama within Thug's circle was exploding, the Wiretap continued to reveal more. One of the most jaw-dropping moments was a call between Thug and an unknown female voice, believed to be a key player in his operations. Emotions ran high as Thug pleaded. They're closing in fast. I need you to move the money. No mistakes this time. The woman's calm but determined reply sent chills through listeners. I've got it covered. But this isn't just about money anymore. It's about who controls the game. The tension was palpable, and it was clear Thug was fighting a losing battle against an enemy that seemed to know every move before it happened. The Wiretap also captured a desperate phone call to an old mentor, where Thug's voice cracked with fear and frustration. I trusted these people with my life. Now I don't know who's real. Everyone's a snake. The mentor's response was grim. Watch your back. No one is safe anymore. Fans on social media erupted over the revelations, sparking heated debates about loyalty, betrayal, and Thug's legacy. Some stood firmly by him, claiming he was a victim of a setup designed to take down one of the biggest names in rap. Others questioned the empire he built, suggesting the internal chaos was proof that cracks had been there all along. Amidst the chaos, a hashtag started trending. Hashtag Who is the leaker? As fans demanded answers. Meanwhile, the family drama escalated behind closed doors. A private meeting between Thug's mother and his closest advisors was leaked to the press, revealing raw emotions and harsh truths. "He's not invincible," she admitted tearfully. "But we have to stand together or we lose everything." Tensions boiled over when one of Thug's cousins accused another of betrayal, leading to shouting matches and threats that almost ended in violence. Amid all this, a mysterious figure emerged, someone the Wiretap hinted had been pulling strings from the shadows. Known only as the Broker, this individual seemed to hold the key to the entire operation. Thug's calls to the Broker were cryptic but desperate, pleading for a way out. "If this goes public, it's over," Thug warned. The Broker's response was chilling. "You made your bed. Now lie in it." As law enforcement tightened their grip, Thug's final hours before arrest played out like a thriller. The Wiretap caught him making frantic calls to close allies, trying to arrange safe passages and hide crucial evidence. "We move tonight. No delays," he ordered. But the urgency in his voice betrayed panic underneath. "If they catch me with this, it's all done." The family was fracturing fast. Some members made public statements expressing support, while others vanished from the spotlight entirely, fueling rumors of deals made with the FBI. The tension was so thick that even longtime friends began questioning who they could really trust. Amidst this chaos, a stunning twist emerged. A leaked text message suggested that Thug's arrest was not just about the charges he faced, but part of a bigger power play within the city's underground networks. The message hinted that rival factions had been feeding information to authorities to take Thug down. The implications were explosive. Was this arrest the result of a conspiracy deeper than anyone realized? This revelation added another layer to the drama, turning what seemed like a legal battle into a full-blown street war. Thug's name became synonymous not just with music, but with a fierce fight for survival against enemies seen and unseen. The Wiretap showed a man aware of the stakes, unwilling to back down even as the noose tightened. At one point, Thug was recorded arguing with one of his closest friends, voices raised and tempers flaring. "You said you had my back," Thug shouted. "How could you let this happen?" The friend's response was cold and defensive. "I didn't have a choice. It was me or you." The raw emotion in that exchange laid bare the pain of betrayal that had seeped into every corner of Thug's life. As the arrest finally unfolded, the Wiretap captured the tense moments when Thug realized there was no escape. His voice was quieter now, but the defiance remained. "Tell the world I never folded," he said. "This isn't the end." The sound of court, the sound of handcuffs clicking shut, echoed like the closing of a chapter, but the story was far from over. The fallout from the Wiretap leak sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community and beyond. Interviews with industry insiders revealed disbelief that such a high-profile figure could be so deeply compromised from within. Some expressed sympathy for Thug, while others warned that the empire he built was crumbling fast. And just when everyone thought the story had reached its peak, a new leak surfaced, this time exposing secret meetings between Thug's rivals and law enforcement officials, hinting at deals made in shadows to ensure his downfall. The plot thickened, and fans were left desperate for answers. Throughout it all, Thug's voice remained a haunting reminder of a man caught in the eye of a storm, fighting to hold on to everything he had worked for. The Wiretap leak didn't just reveal his final words, it peeled back the layers of a kingdom built on loyalty, betrayal, and survival. The drama was far from over, and the streets were watching. Who would rise? Who would fall? And how deep did this conspiracy go? One thing was clear. Young Thug's arrest was only the beginning of a saga that would change Atlanta's music and street scene forever. The aftermath of Young Thug's arrest was more chaotic than anyone expected. The wiretap leaks had opened a Pandora's box, exposing not only the man behind the music, but the fragile threads holding his empire together. The streets buzzed with speculation as alliances shifted like sand. And every whispered conversation felt like a ticking time bomb. Inside Thug's circle, tensions reached a boiling point. A private call leaked between Thug's longtime producer and one of his closest friends revealed raw frustration. "We're losing ground fast," the producer said, voice heavy with regret. "The FBI's got eyes everywhere, and trust. It's gone." His friend's reply was grim. "We can't move like we used to. People are scared. Nobody wants to get caught in the crossfire." The pressure was mounting, not just from law enforcement, but from within. Thug's family was splintered, with some members desperate to protect what they could, while others eyed their chance to break away. An intercepted conversation between Thug's mother and his brother showed a family at war with itself. "We need to come together," the mother pleaded, "or we lose him and everything else." But the brother was cold. "It's too late for that. Too many lies, too many snakes." Amidst this turmoil, a stunning revelation sent shockwaves through Thug supporters. A leaked voicemail from Thug himself, recorded just hours before the arrest, surfaced online. In it, Thug's voice was calm but resolute. "If they take me, I want y'all to know this ain't the end. It's a new beginning. Trust no one. Keep your circle tight." The message was a chilling mix of defiance and warning, fueling fans' belief that Thug was playing a longer game, even from behind bars. As the drama unfolded, new players emerged from the shadows. A rival faction, long believed to be waiting in the wings, reportedly made moves to capitalize on Thug's downfall. Insiders whispered about secret meetings, coded messages, and strategic alliances forming fast. One wiretap snippet caught Thug warning a confidant, "They're waiting to pounce. We gotta be ready." Meanwhile, the FBI leak also revealed disturbing details about internal betrayal. One of Thug's closest aides was overheard arguing with another associate, voices raised and filled with blame. "You knew this was coming," the aide shouted. "Why didn't you warn him?" The response was defensive, "Because I was trying to protect my own skin." The betrayal cut deep, exposing a world where survival meant turning on even those closest to you. Fans reacted with a mix of heartbreak and anger. Social media was a battleground of opinions, with some defending Thug's legacy, insisting he was a victim of a corrupt system. Others weren't so sure, pointing to the wiretap as evidence of a fractured and compromised empire. Amidst the chaos, hashtags like #loyalty-over-everything trended as supporters called for unity. Amid all the noise, Thug's legal team quietly worked behind the scenes. Sources close to the defense revealed a strategy focused on discrediting the wiretap evidence, arguing it was selectively edited and illegally obtained. The legal battle promised to be as intense as the drama playing out in the streets. One of the most explosive moments came when a leaked conversation between Thug and an unknown figure, believed to be a federal informant, surfaced. Thug's voice was sharp, suspicious. "Why should I trust you?" he demanded. The informant's chilling reply, "Because I'm the only one who can keep you alive." This exchange painted a picture of a man trapped in a web of deceit, unsure who to trust. The family's divisions deepened when a private text exchange between Thug's cousins leaked, revealing bitter accusations and threats. One cousin texted, "If this goes down, you're on your own." The reply was cold, "Don't forget who brought you in." The family feud was now public, splashing headlines and further damaging Thug's image. The fallout even reached Thug's music collaborators. Several artists distanced themselves, either out of fear or a desire to protect their own careers. Others remained silent, fueling speculation about who might be loyal and who was quietly cutting ties. The Wiretap tapes had not only exposed Thug's final words, but had ignited a firestorm that threatened to consume everyone connected to him. Amid the chaos, a surprising twist surfaced. Sources claimed Thug was secretly communicating with a high-profile rapper outside Atlanta, someone known for playing both sides of the game. The Wiretap recorded a conversation where Thug said, "If they're coming for me, I need a real ally." The rapper's voice, distorted but recognizable, responded, "You got it. But we play this smart." It's hinted at alliances that could change the entire power dynamic as Thug sat in jail. The empire he built outside was collapsing piece by piece. But the Wiretap suggested he was far from defeated. Fragments of conversations revealed plans for a comeback, coded messages sent through lawyers and trusted messengers. Thug's words were a mix of warning and promise. This ain't the end, just a new chapter. The streets watched closely, waiting to see who would fill the power vacuum. Rivals made bold moves, some trying to claim territory, others negotiating deals to avoid conflict. The balance of power was shifting rapidly, and everyone knew the next moves could spark a full-scale war. Amid all this, the media frenzy grew. Interviews, opinion pieces, and social media debates dominated the headlines. Some pundits argued Thug's downfall was a cautionary tale about loyalty and power in the hip-hop world. Others suggested it was evidence of systemic targeting of black artists by law enforcement. Whatever the truth, the Wiretap had opened a window into a world few had seen so clearly before. And, just when it seemed the story couldn't get any more intense, a new leak emerged, this time revealing secret financial transactions linking Thug's empire to international networks. The implication: this wasn't just a local issue, but part of a global game with stakes higher than anyone imagined. The drama, the betrayal, the power plays was all there, captured in chilling detail by the Wiretap. Young Thug's empire was a house of cards, falling fast but still dangerous. And through it all, his voice echoed, defiant and unbroken, promising the fight wasn't over. The pressure on young Thug and his circle was crushing. With every new leak, the walls closed in tighter. The Wiretap tapes painted a picture of a man desperate to hold on to his kingdom, even as betrayal cut deep and enemies closed ranks. Every conversation, every whispered plan was a glimpse into a world where trust was scarce and danger was everywhere. One of the most shocking moments revealed in the latest Wiretap was a heated confrontation between Thug and a close family member who had long been seen as a loyal supporter. Their voices were loud, raw with anger and hurt. "You crossed a line," Thug accused. "How could you do this to me?" The family member's reply was cold, almost detached. "You left me no choice. It's survival." This fight wasn't just about loyalty. It was about power and control. The family was torn apart, with alliances shifting like quicksand. Some members doubled down on defending Thug, while others seemed ready to cut ties and save themselves. The fallout from the Wiretap leak wasn't just personal, it was fracturing an entire legacy amidst the chaos. Thug's legal team dropped a bombshell. They claimed new evidence had surfaced proving the Wiretap was illegally obtained and manipulated to paint a false narrative. This sparked a fierce debate among fans and experts alike. Was Thug really the mastermind the tapes made him out to be? Or was he a victim of a carefully orchestrated setup? The controversy only fueled the fire. But even as the legal battle raged, Thug's influence in the streets remained undeniable. The Wiretap captured moments where Thug, even from behind bars, was still issuing orders, coordinating moves, and sending warnings. "Tell everyone this ain't over," he said in one recording. "We coming back stronger." The power vacuum Thug's arrest created was a powder keg waiting to explode. Rival factions saw an opportunity to claim territory, and whispers of violent retaliation grew louder. The wiretap hinted at secret meetings where plans for a takeover were being crafted, alliances forged in the shadows. The city held its breath, knowing the next moves could ignite a war in a stunning twist. Leaked messages suggested that some of Thug's closest allies were secretly negotiating with law enforcement to secure reduced sentences, further deepening the sense of betrayal. The once tight-knit circle was unraveling fast, with loyalty becoming a rare commodity. Fans and the public were glued to social media, dissecting every new leak, every statement, every rumor. Some expressed outrage and support for Thug, believing he was being unfairly targeted. Others condemned him, convinced the wiretap exposed the truth behind his empire's dark side. The debate was fierce, emotions running high amid the chaos. Thug's own words from the wiretap became a rallying cry for his supporters. "Keep your circle tight, watch your back, never fold," he warned repeatedly. Those words echoed like a mantra, a promise that the fight was far from over. Then came the most unexpected twist yet alleged confession from a key player within Thug's camp, leaked exclusively to the press. In it, this individual claimed responsibility for the leak, saying it was a move to protect themselves and expose corruption within the group. The confession sent shockwaves through the community, opening new questions about who really pulled the strings as the saga unfolded. The FBI's investigation expanded, reaching connections that stretched far beyond Atlanta. The wiretap suggested links to national networks and even international players, turning a local scandal into a global headline. The stakes were higher than anyone imagined through all the turmoil. One thing was clear: young Thug's story was far from finished. The wiretap tapes, the betrayals, the legal battles, they were pieces of a larger puzzle, one that would take time to fully unravel. And with every new leak, the mystery deepened, leaving fans and foes alike on edge. In the end, the wiretap leak revealed not just the final words of a man facing arrest, but the collapse of an empire built on loyalty, fear, and power. Young Thug's legacy was being rewritten in real time, a story of rise, fall, and the unyielding fight to survive. And as the dust settled, the question lingered: what happens next? Who will rise from the ashes, and who will be left behind? The drama is far from over, and the streets are waiting for the next chapter. So there you have it, the shocking wiretap leaks that pulled back the curtain on young Thug's final hours before his arrest, exposing a tangled web of betrayal, family drama, and a kingdom on the brink of collapse. Emotions ran high, loyalties were tested, and the streets were left wondering who to trust as Thug's empire fractured before their very eyes. The family was left divided, friends became foes, and fans were left shocked by revelations no one saw coming. But the story doesn't end here. With new leaks still surfacing